This is the big number 20, which is like that twice. I'm too lazy to do it, and it'd look really stupid. But yeah, big vid number 20. Still no one watching these, but who cares? At some point, you know, when I'm really, really well known, these are going to be classics, and people will be like, "Oh God, why didn't I watch you sooner?" And I find it more hilarious than you ever might. But anyway, big number 20. This is something I've been thinking about for a few weeks, and basically, there's one thing that they kind of did a little bit in the G1 cartoon. They did it in... they had a little bit in the movie. They had quite a big thing in the movie. They had a little thing in... a couple of things in Beast Wars. They just had little pieces here and there. And then recently there's been a bit of a fan project. Well, there's been 2 fan projects in recent years, which, as far as I'm concerned, have gone down really tragically badly. Tragically badly. Oh, God, badly. That is to say, fembots. Okay? Female Transformers. A lot of them are pretty good. The main one was, I think, Ariel was mentioned in the Ariel bots. Was it Kita Vector Sigma? I think it was. G1 series. They had Ariel, and then they said she was kind of dead, and she was going to get rebuilt into Alita 1, and never seen again. And you had RC, who was okay. She was no one's favourite character, was she? Let's be honest. And that's not a sexist thing, she just... A love interest for Hot Rod? Really? Really? Then you get what? Black Arachnia and Air Razor in Beast Wars. Air Razor was quite a good figure. Quite a good figure from what I remember, but I lost her shoulder pads and refused to touch her until I found the shoulder pads again. And never did. So she's kind of buried somewhere, and I feel really horrible about it, because she's a really good figure. And you had, like I say, Black Arachnia, but she was just a lazy remold of Tarantulas, so I just, no. And they've done things here and there, but it's, no, not really. Which is a shame, because some of the figures are really good. Let's revisit an old favourite. If I can get to it, because I've left stuff in the way, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, don't knock everything else over. There we go. Crasher. As far as transforming robots go, I don't care who you are, Crasher is the go-to iconic Fembot. And this is the knockoff Fracture, but it is effectively Crasher. And she is go-to Fembot. She is awesome. She's a fantastic character. This figure's pretty good, even though it's a knockoff. If you can get the official one, go for it. I think they are remaking the old GoBots in like more modern technology. And if I can get hold of Crasher from that, I totally will. Totally will. But yeah, so, female character, this is like the most iconic. She's fantastic. Great. What other female characters have I got? I'm scratching my head thinking, what have I got? And it's a bit of a poor selection, to be honest with you. I mean, what's the first one that comes to hand now? Transformers Prime Arachnid. Universally one of the most despised figures ever made. Because the lack of articulation, the laughable arms that are just so bad. The weapons aren't particularly good. She can't turn her head because she's got a seat for the canopy stuck on the back of her head, which stops. People don't like the feet because I'm not sure they realise there's actually a hinge. They kind of have them like that or something, and they're like, "Oh, she won't stand." It's like, yeah, there's a big pin there, like silver thing. Look, it's toe. I don't know. And they keep saying she's only got 3 of the spider legs. Whereas if you turn these around properly, and you look inside, a little bit of silver, and that's a 3rd leg. It's like 4th leg. So, you know. I don't hate this figure. I had a mistransformed, well done me. I don't hate this figure. There are mods, like you got to trim all the edges and cut most of this out to get his legs to move properly. I'm not doing that. I'm happier with how she is. I feel sorry for her, and she gets some love and respect in my house. She might not deserve it, but she gets it anyway. So bless her little socks. She's alright. A lot of people are just facepalming at this point, but no, she's okay. I like her. Okay? Go there. Let's continue down the list of suck. A £1 knockoff of Transformers animated Black Arachnia. Because I never got the original. It was one I looked for, but I could never found it. And about 5 minutes before this review, I actually fixed a balance issue with this by literally shoving blue tack under the toes. This figure is so light because it's hollow. It's really hollow. It's so hollow that there's no weight in the legs, so it's horribly back heavy. So shoving blue tack in the toes has, for the most part, don't make me out to be a liar. Oh, it's making me out to be a liar. Stop it. You were standing before the review. You were standing when I first put you down before I started messing with you. There you go. But she's alright, she's quite slim, there's not a lot of kibble or anything like that. She's quite a well-designed little thing, and, you know, for £1, I was happy. At the time, literally, I was very, very poor at the time. Literally, £1 was, like, not a lot was, you know, quite a lot for me to spare. And they had her and Animated Swoop. They had both of them. I had to pick one. And I picked her simply because I never had her. I've got Animated Swoop, he's up there on a shelf. And I really like him. I know a lot of people don't. Don't care. I like him. Deal with it. So, she's okay. Again, I've put colour on this because it was horribly bland. You know, any black, basically. Sharpie. I get Sharpie happy when I'm bored. Sorry. But she's not fantastic, but she's okay. So we'll stand. Stand. There we go. Stand. Now, what else have we got? Right, this one I'm going to say is a Fembot, because it doesn't really say, but the proportions kind of suggest it to me. And I've actually forgotten the name. I believe it's Beast Hunter's Ripclaw. And, you know, it's just the big thighs and, you know, skinny waist and then upper body. It's not a very feminine female, which you don't have to be, but, you know. That kind of strikes me as female, and this is a really good figure. I can't complain, it's a really nice little figure. Yeah. I'd be so much as to say I might actually do a review of this on its own at some point, if I get really bored, if anyone asks for it. The only drawback is this stupid rubber plastic head. It's horrible. It's just... Can we please raise our children not to be morons, and then we don't need this rubberized plastic junk, because it's awful. And according to a lot of people, which I kind of believe, this will rot over years, or if you leave it under a spotlight or something, it will melt. It's not worth having. So it's no. She's got this cool little gimmick. She smashed onto someone. Smash that spike onto someone. I've grabbed you. Bam! And it closes. That's cool. It also goes on to the end of the tail, which is kind of rubberized. Kinda, is it? Or is it just the stuff inside? I don't know. We'll worry about that for an in-depth review. But she's quite cool. We'll put her over there. Make sure her legs are straight so she stands. Stand. She's still standing. I think Arachnid's holding her up. You gotta hold up your drunk friends, you know. Let's go for a shining star. A shining star of Fembots. Transformers Prime, RID, Warrior Class. Warrior Class? Yeah, I believe it was. RC. She is fantastic. I have seen pictures of the first edition. Again, never got it. I've seen pictures and I don't like it. People trying to say it's better than this. This looks a lot more show accurate to me. A lot more show accurate. The first edition's got these like dodgy wing things off the shoulders, which it just looks horrible to me, but whatever. That's me hitting the light, because I'm clever. But yeah, she's all joints, she's all flexible. I mean, the shoulders feel a bit wibbly, but they hold pretty well. She's got that, so she's got this big dumb gun, which she can either undermount on her arm, or it can actually drop over her hand, because there's a hole in the back there. See that? That's a peg. Not a hole, a peg. You can actually drop over her hand, and it kind of makes like a big sniper, and you can actually have a like, you know, what am I doing? Yeah, we're kind of like kneeling and supporting the gun, which I'm not going to do now because I have to take the thing off and all the rest of it. And she's got one of her classic arm blades, which you can mount under that or under the arm again. But you can actually have her kneeling. No! Actually have her kneeling. That's fantastic. When have you ever had a figure you can do that with? And in such a dynamic sniping pose. She's a fantastic figure, it really is. Which is why, stick you over there, don't touch Black Arachnia, she's going to fall over, bless her. Which is why, when Beast Hunters came out, they did this. And I know Beast Hunters is really daft. The things they did to some of the figures are really, really questionable at best. Stupid, primarily. But the way I see it, just give them different names. I mean, like the Starscream, Beast Hunters Deluxe Starscream. Does anyone remember Transformers Cybertron? Do you remember Brimstone, the deluxe pterodactyl thing? Yeah, I've just renamed him Brimstone. That works. Knockout I renamed Skullcruncher from the G1 Headmaster, because it's the same paint scheme, and he's a crocodile. Just give them different names. So this, instead of RC, I've gone back to the old G1, and I've just called it Alita. Not Alita 1, just Alita. It sounds stupid saying it, even I know that. But just give it a different name, because she's got a whole different vibe to her. This one, with this big hefty thing, which I put little eyes on terribly with marker, they kind of rubbed off, whatever. I kind of have this as like RC's sister, who's kind of butch and doesn't like sneaking around, doesn't want to be like covert ops, just wanted to be one of the guys in the wreckers on the ground punching people. And that's why she's kind of like more metal plates and stuff on her. She's more butch and spiky and hefty, and I really like this one. Really like this one. I mean, the big stupid gun, which I kind of have like a drone, like it can detach and float around and follow orders from her. You know, sort of like very simple AI kind of thing. Of course, that then leaves her completely unarmed. But whatever. But yeah, I really like her as well. So well done, Fembot. You've got some good ones. You have. Even though this wasn't a character or anything, you have still got some good ones. One minor note, the wheels and stuff fold up on RC perfectly. They just do. On her, not so much. They stick out a mile. But what you'll notice is I have actually hacked up the inside of this foot like you wouldn't believe. Because this used to go to about there. Okay? So it'd be like that, and you couldn't put the legs anywhere near each other because it would clip. So I've hacked up the inside of this foot like you wouldn't believe, so I can get it almost straight back. And I say almost straight back. More hacking might help you. But now I can actually get the legs straight, and they kind of catch each other. See? They kind of catch each other, but nowhere near as bad. But yeah, she's really good, like really good. Like her a lot. Those girls are falling down on the job. Whatever. And that brings me to my most recent acquisition, which I've tried to get hold of specifically for this. I know there's one more, at least one more in the line, but I haven't found that anywhere. I haven't seen it, I haven't found it. Sorry. That is Transformers RID, not Prime RID. This is just RID, but it is set after the Prime line, so which would make it Prime RID. But that's all just confusing. So it's Prime Robots in Disguise, RID if you like, Strong Arm. And she's glaring under this light, but whatever. She is, apart from these kind of really daft door wings, and the fact that when she transforms it is literally a shell, like really, really it's just a shell. And I originally didn't think I'd like these, because whatever's been moulded to the head, you can't see it because it's kind of under kibble. Right, there you go. She's won me over. She really has. She's completely won me over. The head sculpt, a bit more colour would have done her well, but who cares? She does a lot of stuff well. The legs are big and clunky, but they work. They work really well. There's just a lot to like about her. One issue I had was when the shoulders are quite tight, and there's a hinge to bring the shoulders from a further back position up to the top, which is supposed to be held in place by the chest plate. It did not do that. So you turn the shoulder, and it just swiveled the hinge back, the chest plate popped forward, and the whole both the shoulders dropped back. I had fixed it, it's kind of gone off again, and now it's come back again. We'll see what happens. This arm's not as tight, so we'll get the arm. Oh yeah, these shoulder pads kind of catch on the cable at the back, but whatever. So, without holding the chest plate, yeah, dynamic posing. This shoulder's a bit more tight. Let's see if it still holds up. Oh, just until there, and that's the issue. Okay, push that in a bit more. Kinda. Basically, these pegs, I think, are supposed to hold into these holes. I don't think they affect anything. And I've gone around this morning trying to tighten this up with glue, and I put a lot around this, I put a lot around those, and it kind of holds. I mean, all you gotta do is put your thumb there, and you can get it into whatever pose you want, really. It does wriggle anyway, even if it's in position. But you can get it wherever you want, really. Swivel, double hinge due to the transformation, but, you know. Weapon storage on the back, which is quite nice. The gun's got 2 holes. That's like 2 holes? Why am I saying the holes all the time? It's got 2 pegs, and the one that you can hold it, you can do it any way you want. The gun is actually really cool. I mean, apart from the shooting thing, which I think they kind of had to do, it's quite a nice design, but the barrel's a bit lackluster. So they've had to have that's where you actually shoot from. It's not a handle, and this isn't an axe, which you could kind of see. But yeah, that's quite cool. We like that. And I'm not sure, but that might be a Power Links. It looks way too big, though. Way too big. Don't try and break a Minicon shoving it on that. But yeah, that's all quite cool. We like that. We like that a lot. Something about her, I don't know if it's the white and then a colour, but she really reminds me of Transformers Prime RID, Wheeljack. The kind of bulky nature and the colour and the quite hefty legs. She just really reminds me of Wheeljack. Ratchet, that's the one, Ratchet. And I really like that, because Ratchet's quite a cool figure. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's quite cool. And yeah, we like her a lot. I would transform her, but this is more just to celebrate the fact that there are fembots, because they do deserve it. And I'd like to see more. See me, Blue Tack? Honourable mentions. I said there's Windrazor, Black Arachnia, the proper version of animated Black Arachnia. There's what's her name? Nitro Convoy from the Galaxy Force, but there's the white one from Cybertron. I can't remember her name. Who else have we got? There's loads. But we'll talk about the fan-made figures very quickly, because this video is like 20 minutes, and I don't want to leave it too much longer. Wing Saber, which is the other one I was looking for to go with Strong Arm, because then I'd have a bit more Fembots. But, you know, I've got, what, 7? It's not bad, if you include Ripclaw, which I'd imagine you do. Wingblade. I don't know, you know. I'm not sure who they were getting these votes from, because she was made by votes from the fans, allegedly. I'm not sure what they did with the votes for that, because I'm not a huge fan. I mean, that cartoon, she's really cool. But the actual figure doesn't look that great. I would get her just to do these reviews, and then if I fell in love with it, I fell in love with it. Because I didn't like the look of Strong Arm to start with. I really didn't like the look of her. I've got her in hand, and I've carried her around for like 2-3 days. I can't put her down. Just something, she's nice and chunky, and just something I really respect about her. It's like I say, I mean, all the Fembots are really, really skinny, except for Alita, if you prefer. Beast Hunters RC, where she's kind of chunkier, but not big. But then you get Strong Arm, who's a big girl. She's supposed to be like a young character, so she's kind of like puppy fat. You know what? I respect that. You know, you don't have to be super skinny. You know? Police women, especially, you know, because you've got to eat on the go, it's poor diet usually. It's not like in the films where they're all like super skinny models. That's not the case. And you don't have to be. No one has to be there. This is me talking about body shaming just before you start. You don't have to be super skinny. Just be you. If you're a nice person, you've got a good personality, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. Okay? Anyone who says it's different hasn't got a good personality and has to get along with just their looks. Okay? Sooner or later, looks fade. Doesn't matter what you do, looks fade. A personality will will shine forever. Okay? So you go, girls. So she's a bit chunky, she's kind of, you know, she's not skinny, she's kind of got a bit of meat on her, and I respect her for that. Well done, you. Like, the original Crusher wasn't pencil thin, she was a big, hefty girl. But then, I've seen Deadpool, you know Angel Dust? Yeah, I kind of had a thing for her throughout that entire film. I questioned myself on that one, I'm not really sure, and yeah, let's move on. Wingblade, fan-made. Not very good as far as I'm concerned. Just, I'm not... She's a bit too stylized. I mean, they try to make her look too Japanesey, and they did that with Age of Extinction Drift. And he flopped horribly. So, not sure where they're going with that. But then they made... Victorion, the fan-made Combiner Wars fig. Oh god, that thing looks horrible. The colours, the designs, the fact that they've not tried to give any kind of female aspects at all, as far as I can see. Possibly different heads, if we're lucky. God, that looks horrible. That looks absolutely disgusting. Ugh, and the fact that they've got like 2 of the same... I can't remember who it was. I think they've got 2 of the same car, possibly like Streetwise or something. They've got 2 of those, and 2 of the Alpha Bravo mold. It's just, oh god, it's the laziest thing I've ever heard. The colours are awful, the whole thing is awful. The fact that both the fan project made things, the fans have asked for Fembots, we have. And they keep screwing it up. One thing I will say, there's a female character made by Benson Yee, which is Ben of BWTF.com. He is a god. He's consulted on so many Transformers series for so long. Trust me, this guy's a god. He created a character which was a hardcore heavy metal biker bot called Flame War. I've got a version of that, which is the Legion class of RC. painted up in like a darker blue, almost purple colour. Kind of like this, but with flames on it. And she looks superb, but these are deluxe and she's like that big, so it doesn't do it justice, really. But yeah, he's made his own character, and she's hardcore. You can't really call us Transformers fans sexist. We want the girls in. We want them to be good. We just want them to be, you know, better than that. And better than this Victorian rubbish. So yeah. Vid number 20, a very belated Happy International Women's Day. Don't do a Deadpool on me. I'm not into that kind of thing. Granted, as single as I am, I shouldn't really be picky. Anyway, that's what we want, okay? Happy International Women's Day. All you girl collectors out there, or women rather, because you don't have to be children to like this, but you're kind of supposed to be. Which is why big man children are still involved. But yeah. Congratulations, girls, women, whatever you want to call yourself. I haven't got a problem. I'm not sexist. I don't care. But yeah, we want more of these. We just want them good. And I'm sure you women want a decent representation of yourselves. You want more of this. You want kind of a G.I. Jane. You know? Or the more humble approach, which works so well. This is such a nice figure. If you haven't got her, you can find her. Go for it. Because this is so nice. So yeah. Keep going. I shall be ugly, because all these girls are really pretty and make me look stupid. I shall be wretched, because none of these would date me. Not even that abortion at the back, or this cheap knockoff. And I shall see all of you next time. Toodles!